Today's video is going to be based on Thermaltake Peripherals. It's not actually the first time, but after a long while we are actually going to cover something that is based on Thermaltake Peripherals. And the most interesting thing from all of it is basically the Thermaltake Level 20 RGB ambidextrous gaming mouse. Next to that, we're going to also cover Thermaltake Level 20 RGB gaming mousepad as well. So this will be really interesting because both of them are same brand. You have both RGB and you can synchronize your colors with your Thermaltake build. For instance, if you have Thermaltake RGB RAMs, power supply, water cooling kit, or AIO, or anything basically that actually has Thermaltake RGB. It's symmetrical, as they say, ambidextrous. You have a scroll wheel, of course, which has a rubberish part right here on top, and I think the scroll wheel lights up. Yes, it does. And underneath you have a button. You have the left and right click, and each side of the mouse has two additional buttons. So you have four buttons, two buttons on each side, which is really nice because it can be used for left-handed or right-handed people. It doesn't really matter. At the bottom you have two large pads which help you move your mouse smoothly over the mouse pad. Now, before I plug in the mouse and to check out the colors and everything, how it fits in your hand, let's check out the Thermaltake Level 20 RGB mousepad. You do have to take out the cables. Also, you have the instruction manual, quick installation guide, but it's the same thing. You just plug it in with your USB cable, and that's all there is to it. No problem with it. The rubberish bottom part helps a lot, basically when playing, because it doesn't move whatsoever. And the cable is on the left side with the controller for the LEDs. The top side of the mousepad is hard surface, so basically I don't think you will have problems with ruining the top surface of the mousepad by using it too much or something like that, which will test how the Level 20 RGB ambidextrous gaming mouse, I need to short that out in the next video, ambidextrous gaming mouse slides on the mousepad. So let's connect everything and check it out. Okay, the RGB on the mousepad lights up all edges right here around it, and you have the Thermaltake logo that also lights up, which is really cool because I don't know how they managed to place an LED part right here at the bottom. As for the mouse, it goes crazy RGB definitely, and if you're annoyed with it, you could just lower the speed of the RGB spectrum. But as you can see, the scroll wheel lights up, the whole border right here, and even the left and right first button light up, and here we go with the indication here and the Thermaltake logo as well. Now, when it comes to cables, the Level 20 gaming mouse has braided cable, which is at first a bit stiff because of the packaging and everything, because it stayed in the box for a bit. Without a doubt, you have to take into consideration when they pack it from the production until it gets to shelves on your store or online shop, it doesn't matter. It still gets a bit stiff standing in the box at the same position. So basically using it, I think the best thing, if you're annoyed with the cables but you still don't believe in wireless mice, you should definitely get a bungee for any kind of wired mouse. But this one isn't that stiff. Basically, if, as you can see, I straighten it out from the first try and there's no problem whatsoever. The top part of the cable has an additional kind of, it's not braided, additional kind of protection which stops the cable from ruining during loads of usages or bending the cable or something like that, which is quite alright because that saves you the nerves of not losing your mouse after I don't know, cables running or cables ruined or something like that. When it comes to the cable of the mousepad, here's the thing, it's completely rubber, it's really flexible, you can manage it anywhere as you wish when you're placing it on your setup, so it won't look hideous adding one more cable. You can really nicely reroute it if you want to reroute it here or drill a hole in your table, because I see people on Instagram doing that kind of stuff. Well, people who actually post their setups. But when it comes to clicks, the mouse has Omron engineered switches on left and right click, and they go up to 50 million clicks, so this is really nice, and the feel is quite alright. It does have a bit of a resistance, but all in all it's fine. It's really fine. Now, when it comes to colors, 16.8 million colors on the RGB mousepad and on the level 20 gaming mouse. And you have onboard storage profile for light effect, macros and DPI settings, which is really good, because then this makes sense. If you want to take your level 20 mouse somewhere on some gaming party or whatever you wish to do with it, and you want to store it here, you don't have to adjust it again from zero. You have everything already presetted on your mouse, which is alright. Now, using level 20 mouse on this level 20 mouse mat, I'm not used to hard surface. I'm using usually cloth mouse pads, but this is, just look at this. So mouse is basically just flowing on the mouse pad. There isn't basically any resistance when you have this kind of huge pads below the mouse, and when you have hard surface which doesn't create any friction. So basically the mouse is flowing above the mouse pad, and I mean, that's what we're aiming for. So low DPI, and check this out, you can do this all day. And apart from the sound, it doesn't make anything else annoying, because it doesn't, the cloth does make a bit of a friction, so you do need to push it a bit more, and it doesn't slide like this. But when you're using a hard cloth, a hard mouse pad, it kind of makes it easier for the mouse to flow over it, well, to move over it, right? So let's check out what else they have. When it comes to technical specification of the mouse, it has Pixart PMW3389 optical engine, optical sensor, that goes up to 60,000 dpi resolution, 16.8 million colors backlight across 4 zones. So as I said, you have 2 buttons, you have the whole line over here, and you have the scroll wheel and the double T logo right here at the back. You have the TT RGB Plus compatible, which is option for you guys to download the exact software and control the lights. And voice control supported, which means that if you install the Thermaltake software for adjusting the speeds for the fans or the RGB for everything else, and you install the double TI voice control on your phone, you just need to be connected to the same router, and then through the controller, well, basically with your voice over the phone, you can control the lights or turn them off or do whatever you wish. And I think I shown you that when I did the horse build and all the other stuff, when I was showing you guys how the double TI voice actually works. When it comes to mousepad, it has nice dimensions. It has the RGB, which you could also turn it off if you're annoyed with it, but definitely I'm really impressed with the hard surface and how the mouse flows over it. It's kind of giving less friction to it and faster movements, even if you're switching to lower DPI and you do need to push your mouse. The only thing that might annoy you is this. So the sound, nothing else, because you will get a faster reaction and faster movements when it comes to moving in competitive gaming, FPS, blah blah blah, similar games like that. So yeah, I mean, that's all there is to it. I'm really satisfied with the mouse. It does look really cool. Links are below as always. For the Thermaltake Level 20 RGB ambidextrous gaming mouse, and also the Thermaltake Level 20 RGB gaming mousepad. So guys, check them out if you like the review and the mouse and the mousepad. That's all there is to it. Thank you for watching. See you next time in a new one. Bye bye.